Hey everyone, this is Henya and welcome to another video. Today I am super nervous to make this video, but I think it's important, and also it's kind of like blocking me from making any other video on my channel. So I think it's time we talk about how I got diagnosed autistic at age 35. So if you guys are ready, let's get this video started. So YouTube gave me autism. And what I mean by that is that I've been on this YouTube platform for more than 10 years by now. Don't judge my English, please, it's not my native language. Over the years, people have commented on my videos that a lot of the things that I am depicting or describing or going through are very much autistic. And at first I was like, nah, I don't think so. I didn't really know much about autism at all. And I was just like, no, I don't think so. I'm borderline, I'm just depressed, I'm anxious, but there's no way I'm autistic. And in 2018, I was like, okay, I've been getting too many of these comments. Let's search about autism. So I was like on Google, autism, da-da-dee-da-da-da. And then I was like, I kind of resonate with this. It kind of feels like me. And then in 2018, I was living in Tel Aviv and I went to this therapy, and I came to my therapist and I was like, listen, I think I'm autistic. And he's like, no, there's no way. Look at you, you're making eye contact. And I was like, okay, right. You're so right. There's no way I'm autistic. I mean, I make eye contact. And I was just like, okay, guess I was wrong. Guess I'm just borderline. Although I was really resonating with everything that I read about autism, especially about sensory issues and sensitivities that I've had ever since I can remember myself. My therapist just said, oh, you might be having just issues with like sensory issues. He said, you just have that, you have borderline and all the other stuff you have, depression, anxiety, you're not autistic. And I was just like, okay, guess you're right. Moving on with my life. And then a few years went by, and it is in this timeline, it is currently 2021. When I went to ketamine treatment in this mental hospital, and I met this guy and we got along very well, and he told me he was autistic. And I was like, oh, that's very interesting. I'm gonna research more about it just so that I can understand you better, that we can communicate better. And I went into a deep dive again. And when I went into that deep dive, I was like, damn, I resonate with this a lot. Like, this feels like me. But all this time I had my therapist in my head saying, oh, you can't be autistic, you make eye contact, or you're so good at reading social cues, or you're so da-da-dee-da-da-da. And I was just like, guess he's right. Then we're getting into 2024. 2024, February 25, it was a Sunday, and I was on Instagram. I was following this psychologist who posted online that she had borderline personality disorder. That's why I followed her. I was like, oh my god, that's so cool, you're a psychologist, clinical psychologist. What? How'd you do that with borderline? I want to be that too. So I was following her, and she came up on my feed with this reel, and then I saw at the bottom of the thing, how do I get organized in my day or whatever as an autistic woman? And I was just like, interesting, let's see what that means for her. She said something about almost gagging from brushing her teeth, and I was just like, that's me, that's me, that's so me, oh my god. Could it be? Like, could it be? No way. But that threw me off again into another deep dive wormhole, and I did like so much research. I was like, this time, like, I need to know. I basically didn't sleep for 2 whole weeks from being like just online, chronically online, researching about autism. I was like watching tons and tons and tons of videos, started reading books about autism and about high masking, and I just decided to write this list. It started off as a list. I have many thousands of lists on my phone, on my notes app, and I was just like, okay, let's see what sort of traits I have. And I started writing stuff about sensory sensitivities and about my memories, my first memories, about stuff beyond the sensory issues, because I knew that's not all it was. Like, there's definitely, like, I knew for sure I have sensory difficulties, but that could be related to other stuff as well. So I was like, okay, let's see what other autistic traits are and see if I have all of them. And I started this list that ended up being a 10-page document on my Google Docs. And then I went on Embrace Autism, which is a website that has like a ton of questionnaires and like quizzes, or I don't know how to call it. And I've done like 7 or 8 of those. The CAT-Q that tests how much are you masking in your day-to-day life, the autism quotient, and the RAAD something something, and lots of more of them. And I saved the results. What else did I do? Oh, I went through all of my childhood videos, and also all of my cringy as hell videos from when I just started YouTube, so more than like 10 years ago, just to kind of like see myself. I also got all of my old journals and diaries from my parents' house, and I went through all of them, which was really triggering. But nonetheless, I was like trying to look for autistic traits and, you know, things that will give me more clues, and trying to like, yeah. Also went through all of my psychodiagnostic assessments and all of my post inpatient, what do you call those, when you leave the hospital they give you this sheet of like, these are your problems, and that, from all of my hospitalizations, which started at age 10. So I had a lot to go through, and everything just screamed autism. And I was just starting to get really fucking pissed, because at this point I'm just like, okay, I think I'm autistic. And I also think that it's been 35 years that no one had any idea or had any like, nobody even, how do I even say this in English? Nobody had, it's so annoying. I can't find the words. It was just like a really hard time to like try and come to terms with this new revelation of my like on myself, of myself. And at the same time, you know, I was like raging at all of my therapists and all of my, like, I've been in treatment for over 25 years. I'm 35 now. And it's been so long that I was misdiagnosed and mistreated, and nobody had any clue. And it's not just because people aren't aware. It's also because I am, to my detriment, super high masking. And if you don't know what that means, let me kind of try and explain. So essentially, it's not like I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, oh, let me put on my mask, even though I say that a lot in my videos, because there is something to it. But at the same time, it's more of like this unconscious thing that I do, that other high masking autistic people do, that we learn to kind of like camouflage our autistic traits in order to not be ostracized or bullied or be treated differently. And just because, you know, we want to we want to like socialize, we want to engage in society and be, you know, just people. And I don't know about other autistic people, but I have been bullied from the day I stepped into kindergarten, and I've talked about this on my channel. I know most of those videos aren't up on my channel anymore because I'm just like, ugh, cringe, I hate myself. But at the same time, a lot of you have been following me for a while and may have remembered that I went through my old school and I showed it to you guys, and that I made this Draw My Life video, and that I've talked about how I've been bullied literally in every single place that I went to, including school and kindergarten. And my dance, I went to this dance, not club, dance group thingy. I was bullied there, and I was bullied in my hospital. Like when I went to the mental hospital when I was 10, I was bullied there. Like it's everywhere I went. People saw me, like people thought I was weird because I was weird. I mean, I still am weird, but I don't look it because I have been making this tremendous effort to look people in the eye and make this, you know, ping pong kind of like banter talking thing, and I have a really quick response to everything because I have so many scripts in my head, which I have spent 35 years scripting for every single situation. And I still have these like slip-ups and weird stuff that, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Hold up. Many times I forget to follow my script, or I mess up the script, and I'm just like, so this masking thing, it also makes me feel really exhausted, and it makes me not actually engage in stuff because I'm like so focused when I'm in a conversation with someone. I'm so focused on making sure that I make appropriate eye contact. So like I count how long I'm supposed to look at someone in the eye and then look away, and when it's the right time to look away and when's the right time to look back. And it's just, ugh, I hate myself. And make sure that I seem interested enough so that people don't think that I'm not interested, or that I'm bored, or that, I don't know. Social situations are super taxing to me, and I am so fucking tired all of the time. So I think that is one of the major reasons people haven't noticed. But I can't just sit here and be like, oh yeah, I just masked my whole life, so that's why people didn't know. I think people should have known, and it's very annoying to me. Like still to this day, I'm just like, this, like, I have been wronged and this is not okay, and I want this to change. Like I don't want other people to suffer the way that I did my entire life, not knowing who and what I was. So after doing this 2-week deep dive and kind of realizing that I'm autistic, I wanted to get the stamp of approval. I was like, listen, I think I'm autistic, I'm pretty sure I'm autistic, but I need someone to tell me, because I have told my psychiatrist, and I have told my brothers, and I have told everyone I know, and most people were just like, yeah, you probably are. But my therapist, my psychiatrist was like, no way, you don't have perseverations. And I was like, literally, that's not even in the DSM-5 in the autism criteria. Like, you have no idea what you're talking about. And then he told me to go study medicine, and I was like, ew, no. But like, I was pissed. I was like, listen, I need this stamp of approval. I need to know. I need someone else to verify. I need this validation. This is haunting me. Like, I can't sleep at night. I need to fucking know. Am I just deep diving into this and like portraying all of these things right now? Am I actually unmasking, or am I just like pretending to be autistic? Like, I need to know. I need to know. Tell me. So I decided to get officially diagnosed, and yeah, That was very expensive, and I had to wait for the longest time. Thankfully, like it's more than, like in my area, it's more than 1 year of waiting for your, like, for your appointment, which is really not cool. And really, like, I was just like, no, I need to know like right now. So I decided to look further up north of Israel, and I was just like calling this woman. I got a recommendation forget my English. I just had to wait 3 months instead of a whole year to get in line, and then I went to this diagnosis assessment thingy, and it was like an entire day of me just sitting in this room doing tests and questionnaires and an interview that took forever. So I went to this place, and this woman was really nice. She's a clinical psychologist who specializes in autism, especially adults, late diagnosed autistic people. And yeah, in advance I sent her all of the information that I accumulated, including my videos from childhood and diary entries and all of the questionnaires that I've done on this Embrace Autism website, and this massive file that I compiled. Yes, English I can. This massive file that I compiled of like autistic traits and memories and how it but yeah, I went to this place, and she interviewed me about like literally my entire life, including about the pregnancy that my mom had with me, and childbirth, and home life, and brothers, and my parents, and kindergarten, and school, and mental hospitals, and school, and dance group, and school, and after school, and what I've done after that, and traveling the world, and work, and all the things that I've done. That was intense. That was like several hours of me talking about my entire life. I was like, ugh, by the end of it I was just like so exhausted. And then I've done some tests, like a test about my, what do you call it, like my function, like executive function, I guess, like level of function. I'm not really sure, but like something like, do you look both ways when you cross the street? Can you go to the supermarket alone? Can you do this? Can you do that? So I did this test, and I did the ADOS-2 test, ADOS-2 test, which was so weird. I had to make up stories about 5 little objects, and I had to make up a story about this like book with just pictures, and I had to demonstrate how I brush my teeth. And those of you who know me, I fucking hate brushing my teeth, and I am just so meticulous about this, and teeth just give me the ick, and I'm just like, oh, teeth. And I can't even watch commercials for like toothbrushes when they do the thing on the tomato to show, oh, we're just like such a soft toothbrush. Ugh, vomit. I hate it. And that was my assignment, to show how I brush my teeth. That was the worst. And I'm like explaining to her how I brush my teeth, and I tell her I don't even use the what do you call, the toothpaste, and she's just like, what about it you don't like? And I'm just like, ugh, it's just everything. So that is also all the more reasons. What else did I do in that thing? There was this break, and I also had to do the autism quotient, which I already did and sent her in advance along with other tests, and that was that. And then I had to wait another month for the conclusion, and oh my god, that was the most nerve-wracking month of my life. Every morning I would just like wake up, and I was like, am I autistic? Am I not? Am I pretending to be? Am I subconsciously like manifesting autistic traits all of a sudden, or is it really unmasking? What am I even? And doing more research and reading more about autism, and yeah, it was it was really hard. Like, not gonna lie, it was, yeah. And then she called me back and we did a whole Zoom conversation, and she told me I am autistic and that I was right all along and that I should trust my instincts more. And then she gave me a full breakdown of like 6 pages of like the conclusion and everything she thinks, and that was like so validating. I have never felt so seen in my entire life. And I just had a massive sigh of relief, finally knowing who and what I was, because my entire life I just thought I was an alien, you know? It was just mental. I just felt so different from the world around me. Like, why am I so different? I always knew that about me. I always knew I was just like this alien, you know, just like this other breed. Like, I just didn't fit in anywhere I went, and when I did fit in, it wasn't even me. It's just this thing that I was like, I don't even know how to express it. Like, it's not like I do it on purpose or like, oh, I'm gonna put on this mask right now, but I just did, because I did not want to get rejected anymore. Like, my entire life I was rejected. Everywhere I went I was rejected, and it's been really rough, because it's not just that I've been rejected. Like, I've been physically abused, I've been bullied to the point of like, I went through some really rough shit, okay? So, not really wanting to get into this right now, but it was really, really hard. And not only did those experiences kind of taught me to behave differently and like recognizing social patterns in situations and stuff that I had to follow, like in the future. Like, if I had made like a social mistake, I would never repeat it. And I could just like foresee situations, because it's basically all patterns. Like, not gonna lie, everything is just patterns, and I'm just so good at recognizing what people think and what people want and what, yeah. And I was never like this. It took me a really long time to learn it, and then I learned how to like portray myself. And one of the things that really helped me do that was YouTube, because I've been doing this for the longest time. Not only I was editing myself for thousands of hours, I was also, every time I was editing myself, I was like, okay, next time that I'm gonna talk, I'm gonna do this differently, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do whatever. And then I learned not only how to edit myself, but also to direct myself. And I have started to direct myself in social situations as if my life is a freaking movie, which I already felt like it was a movie, because I always feel like people are watching me, and not in the sense that I'm like the center of the world, but in like a bad sense, you know what I mean? Like, oh, something bad is gonna happen, oh, someone's gonna hit me, or someone's gonna, I don't know, kidnap me, or someone's gonna do something bad to me, or these people are making fun of me because of this and that, and they know I'm weird, and they know, and they just, yeah. And then I got to age 35, and when I say I'm autistic at this point to people in my life or on my Hebrew channel, which I already made this video, which was like about 2 months ago, people are like, you cannot be autistic. Like, no one believes me anymore. Like, not even my psychiatrist. Like, I had to fight him, and many times, not fight him, like fight with him. We didn't fight, okay? But like, we had to fight over it, and he didn't agree, and now he finally agrees, but he still wouldn't put it on my like diagnosis. I'm still borderline personality disorder, even though I'm not. I finally know that I am on the autism spectrum, and that I have complex how do you say that, post trauma, CPTSD. Yeah, I realized I had CPTSD when I went to Vipassana about a year ago in September, and like I was just, you know, trying to do the meditation thing, and every single second that I wasn't with a distraction, you know, because you're not allowed to have your phone, you're not allowed to speak, like, you know, you're silent for 7 days with no entertainment at all. So I was just like there with my thoughts, and all of these things that I was suppressing, you know, my entire life came up all the time. And it's just like, okay, maybe there's an element of trauma to my existence, which was really hard for me to like acknowledge, because I'm just like, nah, you haven't been through, like, people have been through so much worse, and you're just like, whatever, it's not that bad, like you didn't have it that bad like other people, so it's not valid. I was gaslighting myself. So I just really wanted to share this with you guys, because this has been weighing on me, and I also wanted to thank you guys, those of you who had mentioned and made me think about autism in regards to myself, and kind of made me go on this exploring journey. And I'm really grateful, and I want to like give back to you guys, and I want to make more content about autism. So let me know if you have any requests or anything that interests you. I don't want to like talk too much in this video because I'm already like uncomfortable, but I really had to like put it out there and let the world know. And I hope you'll be nice in the comments, and yeah, please listen to the entire video, because yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. If you want, you can subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye. Boop. I hope I'm gonna post this.